Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. Tiara's out this week. This is a preview for episode 291 on becoming a Guinea Fowl. This you can watch on HBO Max if you have that. So make sure you check it out. The log line here is, on an empty road in the middle of the night, Shula stumbles across a body of her uncle. As funeral proceedings begin around them, she and her cousins bring to light the buried secrets of a middle-class Zambian family. Look, this is on a lot of lists for one of the best movies of last year. So make sure you check that out. Again, it's called On Becoming a Guinea Fowl on HBO Max for streaming, or you could rent it on Amazon or something like that, or go buy it. So the random topic this week is about, this happened a couple of days ago, but we've been off. Juelz Santana said something that was certainly interesting, is the best way I could describe it. So let's play the clip and then we'll come back and talk about it. For some fucking reason. All right, here we go.
Yo, his voice you should though. We gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early. Because by the time they get to ninth grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
Wait, I ain't gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. You don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power.
You gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to understand. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky it is.
You don't have to read. Shit gets be told to you.
I'm not saying that in a bad way. You don't need to know how to read.
Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit. At a restaurant.
Okay. One, I had not seen the entirety of that clip. Yelling that Floyd Mayweather can't read is not a flex. Okay, that's not a winning argument to me. What are we doing? It's 2025 and we're telling kids that it's not important to know how to read. It's less important to know how to read than it is to start a business. And somehow there is an argument between what's more important, knowing math, by the way, not pronounced how it's spelled. I would just like to point that out. I think with two F's here. And the difference between knowing math and knowing how to read. I'm befuddled. What
so I'm gonna
defend.
I'm not smart, right? I'm not dumb, but I'm not smart, right? So I'm gonna try to translate, right? What he's, I think, saying, I agree with half of his statement, right? We as a community need to learn how to be financially literate.
Sure.
And
that's not new, though.
Right. That's not new, but we still need to hear it.
We've been saying forever.
Right. So we do need to be aware of how money works, right? And that sounds silly. I know how money works. 2 + 2 is 4, nigga. I know how money works. My math now. But we need to know how to. But we do need to know how rich people become rich and how to start businesses. Maybe not at 14, but you should be. But that should be something that is.
It should be a class.
Right. There's a reason why it's not taught in like public schools, right? Because they don't want the. It should be, but it's not for a reason, right?
Ronald Reagan. That's why it's not taught.
Yes.
If we're being honest.
So yes, I agree with that. But maybe he was putting his foot in his mouth when he said, "No, you ain't gotta know how to read. That's not important." Yeah, reading is kind of important, guys.
It's like, fundamental.
It's
the first one. Reading, writing, arithmetic. Literally, math is the last one.
Right. Wow. Terrence, your thoughts?
First of all, like a bunch of people have already said this. Like, I know we're on a podcast right now. We've been doing it for like 14 years.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck these niggas are. The No Funny Shit podcast. Never heard of them. Where do they get these sets from? These niggas, I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't very funny. Juelz Santana is a rapper. And I say that in the sense that like rappers aren't stupid. Like some of these new niggas, some of these new rappers, I don't know what the fuck they be talking about, but like you have to know words,
right,
to be a hip hop artist.
It's kind of
have to know what words mean. If you're a good one, you're pretty fucking smart, which means you know how to read. You know how to read and you know how to write. So for him to say some stupid shit like that to kids or whoever the fuck listens to this podcast, saying we need financial literacy, no shit. But then you say, I don't need to know how to read. Nigga, what? So if you're a hip hop artist and you're not independent and you get a contract, you're going to be like, hold up, let me get my phone real quick. What's the phone going to do for you? Let me go ahead and download this contract on my phone so it can read it back to me. Or if you get like a financial advisor and you don't know how to read, that nigga might fuck you over.
That has happened many a time.
And again, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sue his financial advisor a few years ago for like $20 million because he fucked him over?
Yeah, I believe that's true. Yeah.
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is pretty goddamn smart.
He's super.
He wouldn't tell people.
He knows how to read.
He wouldn't tell people that you don't need to know how to read. TLC got fucked over with that guy. They know how to read, but like this shit happens to people. What happens when you want to open a business and you go to a fucking bank and they give you a contract? If they even if they give you a loan, right? Who's gonna read it? Can you download it so I can read? So I have my phone read it for me? Like,
no, it's just
you can't be this fucking stupid, yo. Like that's just offensive.
That's all you need. Math.
Yeah, it's just numbers. Like
math.
$50,000. That's all I need. Math.
Yo, what are you doing?
Okay, cool.
Like so,
this shit is it's. I don't understand. Again, he keeps saying you can have something read it for. Like I can read very well, but it's hard for me to retain what I've read. That's why I listen to audiobooks. I can read the book, but it's just hard for me to retain the shit. But why are people? I don't understand nowadays. I've said this a lot. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but we have the strongest, some of the strongest fucking computers in our fucking pockets at any given time. 24 hours a day. It can do whatever the fuck we want it to do. But it's made us so fucking stupid because we don't use it the way like the internet was initially intended to be used.
Right.
And we just use it for silly shit. I mean, I use it for silly shit too, but like at the same time,
we're all here.
Right. Like I'm if I'm doing something, I'll be reading I'll be listening to an audiobook, or I'll be listening to like a fucking video essay, or just reading an article or something like that when I'm not looking at silly shit. A lot of people don't do that. And I don't understand why people want to be dumb. Kind of like our political climate. People just don't pay attention to anything. It's really frustrating to hear people say stupid shit and they have a giant platform for it. That's what pisses me off the most. Like you're on a big platform. Well, I don't know if this platform is that big, but it's irritating. It irritates my soul that people just want to be dumb. And that's
not a cool
pretty
thing.
much.
I got a theory. My theory is, people, it's the rubber band effect, right? in that, oh, Obama was president and he's black. Let's get the worst white person ever to be president, right? As just like some Mario Kart style rubber banding, right? And in this climate that we're in, and that's why I was trying to give a bit of a measured response, because people who are not dumb, people who consider themselves to be well read, some of them come off, intentionally or not, as sanctimonious. And yeah. and people don't, and some people don't like that, right? But at the same time, right, like, you can't just walk around being dumb. You can't. You got to learn a few words that might be tricky to you, right? Everybody, look. Everybody got on Mark Lamont Hill. Everybody got on Mark Lamont because look, Mark Lamont Hill is he's a doctor, Dr. Mark Lamont Hill, right? Like he's a doctor, and he's very smart, but he can be a bridge between, he can get you a man who can do both, right? He can do both.
Yeah. Right. He can code switch, if you will. He can code switch in his own community type shit. Inside, right? Right. He can talk to the niggas and he can talk to the intellectuals.
But when people who are not that bright, they feel insecure. It's a combination of everything, right? People who are not like book learned, right? Like they feel insecure about it. People who are well learned, sometimes they hold it over people, right. And it can be. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Allow me to give it a lead at this point. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this.
Like, first off, let me stand above you before
proceed. Before you go, I like what you said, because I was watching an episode. There was an episode of All In with Chris Hayes, and Chris Hayes. I'll be like, all right, nigga, we know you're smart. We know you read books. You be using words. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Is this from the Mamdani interview?
Yeah, did you saw that one?
I did.
Did you see it, Micah? He was talking about New York, and he was like, what did he say? He said, like, New York is such a sui generis place. And Mamdani was like, what the fuck does that mean? Essentially, he was like, oh, it means unique. But he didn't know what it meant, and he asked him, right? It's like if someone that didn't know what it meant, and they just some other people would have been like, yeah, okay, and just let him say it without asking him what the fuck it meant.
Yeah, and try to like
a dummy would have, right? Like if it was Trump, he would be like, yeah, exactly. But he was like,
I invented that word.
What the fuck that means? Right? Sui generis. Okay, but yeah, dumb people don't want to learn. They would have just act like they knew and continued, right? But he was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Chris Hayes, at the same time, you could just say it's one of a kind.
Yeah, unique, nigga.
You could just say New York is a very unique place.
You're like, nah. He was like, I went to high school with Immortal Technique.
That's what I would have been like. You could have just said unique, nigga. Like, what the fuck? If I was mom, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, who the fuck knows that?
It was funny because that really stuck out.
Does that all the time?
But that part of the interview really stuck out to me too, because I was like, I've never heard a politician be like, I don't know what that word means. Like, he just stops the interview. He was like, listen, I got to tell you, I didn't know what that word means. I don't. And he explained it, and they laughed it off, and he was like, all right, cool. And then the interview just continued. It didn't feel embarrassing or whatever. He didn't know what the word meant. He's smart enough to be like, look, I have vulnerabilities. I mean, Mamdani is as brilliant of a political animal as I've seen in a long time, since Obama, really. And like, just like that move, I was just like, wow, I've just never heard someone do that. This is incredible. Admitting that they're just not perfect in politics is kind of an amazing thing. But look, in all seriousness, about this topic, I guess what pisses me off about it, and look, you have whatever education level you have, and clearly Juelz Santana has been, a pretty successful rapper, right? Like, so, it's not like the guy is destitute and just be like, don't learn to read. It worked out for me. And, he's like, doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So he's doing well for himself. But the problem is you're telling young people this in an ever increasing world where even a high school education is not enough. That's dangerous. That's like telling everybody, hey, you just got to learn how to dribble a basketball really well and you'll probably make it, or learn to be an actor or something like that. There are very few people who make it in life without these fundamental skills. Reading being one of them. Okay. You do know how to, you do need to know how to read. And yes, you could use AI, I guess. Yes, you could have your phone read it back to you or whatever. But there are certain things that you need to fundamentally have a grasp on in case you don't have a phone, in case you don't have a computer. What if somebody gives you like a piece of paper and you're in the middle of the fucking desert somewhere and you just can't read it? Like, that's insane. And now that sounds like a crazy thing, but like people lose power sometimes, right? Like the internet goes down. Like you cannot just simply rely only on technology to do everything. That's a very dangerous precedent to set for yourself, especially for the entire generation, right?
Honestly, we're in a situation we're in now.
Yeah, quite literally.
We're very fucking close to that.
Yeah.
We rely on technology to do everything.
Way too much. Like this is just a personal thing with me. It drives me crazy. My wife will like turn on the GPS. I'm like, you know where you're going. Stop doing that. Like, because you're so used to using it that then when you don't have it, you're like, oh, where was it? I'm like, just drive there. Use the GPS when you're going somewhere that you've never been, right? Like it helps you to increase your memory and paying attention to where you're driving, right? Like that's kind of how it works. Like people didn't have this shit 20 years ago. Like they didn't, right? So you just had to kind of remember shit. So I don't like pushing that type of bullshit to young people because I think that's really dangerous. And on the other side, this just fundamentally is one of the dumbest fucking conversations I've ever heard. Which one is more important, math or reading? Nigga, what are we talking about?
I didn't even pay attention to the nigga.
Like, what's more important, washing your ass or your balls? Like both. Do both. Like you don't have to choose.
Unfortunately, apparently, a lot of niggas don't wash their ass. So,
well, yeah, you don't want to catch the gay from yourself or whatever. So like, it's super weird. But like you don't have to, there is no making a choice. And the question is, why do you think that math is important? Because of money? Like you got to be able to count the money. Well, why don't you just take a picture with your phone and be like, ChatGPT, how much money is this? Right? Why don't you like, you have a calculator on your phone. Do you really need to know math? That's the same argument that you're making. And when you say it like that, it sounds fucking dumb. Because it is. Like, you should know how to read. You should know at least the fundamentals of math. Like, you should know those things.
Wait till they find out
they got
letters in math.
What the fuck? Then you're fucked. You are fucked. Wait, what is this? Yeah, I don't like promoting dumb shit to children. I also am not a fan of anti-intellectualism. I hate it. I hate it. And look, if those people over there want to not learn shit and be dumb and just say any kind of dumb shit, you let them have it. Not for us. Let them be dumb. Not for us. Go read a book. Learn.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing stuff, man. There's nothing wrong with like,
it's literally never a bad thing to know more information. It's not.
There's nothing wrong with knowing stuff. There is something a little bit wrong in throwing it in people's faces. Like one of the responsibilities of people that know stuff is that you gotta try and help educate, especially our own people, man. Like,
of course,
like that's some weird shit that we do. Especially us as black people, where it's like, I had it bad, so you got to have it bad in order to get to where I'm at. Whereas
that makes no sense.
I had it bad. I'm going to teach you how you cannot have it bad so you can be better.
Yeah. Like that should always be the goal, is to use yourself as a learning step stool, so to speak. To
be the shoulders that other people can stand on,
Right.
man.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, don't be a
like,
Clarence Thomas.
yeah.
Get to the top and pull the
Please,
ladder
for
up
God's sakes.
and burn it. Like, no.
Like, right, burn the fucking building down.
Yeah, it's like, get out of
Yeah.
here. Nobody's coming up here. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Like, yeah, be the shoulders that people can stand on. But the problem is there is that level of, because so few black people are truly successful in the country. Like, we see them like in entertainment and things like that, but that's such a small percentage of black people that I feel like people don't want to, they don't want to give up the secrets, right? They want to be in this exclusive club or something like that. It's like, you don't benefit anybody by hoarding your knowledge like a fucking, like a dragon over coins. Like, it doesn't help anybody. It only hurts people. Like, if you have this knowledge, give it out. If you like, hey, this is how I did it, give out that information. Even if it's like, I learned to read and that was really important and it really helped. Give out that knowledge. Like, even if it's some basic shit, you still got to tell people.
Nah, that's socialism. Get out of here. But look, I'm joking, but like, I'm not, because like, that's like,
You actually should do that.
The capitalistic mentality that this country like beats into people, like it's being extrapolated to, concepts like reading.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. It's actually a very good point. Well, and it's capitalism is basically crabs in a barrel. Like, it is, you know what I mean? Like, that's what that philosophy is. Instead of like, why don't we all help each other out? They're like, nah, that nigga trying to get out.
I want to make
grab his
all
hand.
the money.
Yep. Close the lid.
I want to make all the money, and then I want to see you struggle. That's kind of what capitalism is at this point.
I want to see you struggle, but then I need you to buy my stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, of course.
That shit don't make no
That I'm
sense.
overpricing right now because tariffs. It's interesting because like that whole like you want to be able to teach people shit, but sometimes people are not, like, really smart people aren't very good at teaching people that are not as smart as them. And I think that's the issue with Democrats. Like, I brought up the MSNBC thing. Like, all of those motherfuckers do that shit. They just be using big words.
Yeah.
And like, if you're a Republican from bumfuck nowhere, like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Why are you talking down to me?
You talking down.
Or if if some nigga in the street, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that bitch means. Like, what are you talking about? Speak to where people can understand what you're actually saying. And I mean, even for like the fucking representatives and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
boy, we know you're smart. We know you. All of you guys in fucking, well, not all of you guys in Congress are smart, but like,
Most of you are smart.
most of you are very smart. I
Enough
understand
of you
that.
are smart.
Enough. Well, you're right. Well, you're not getting your message out in a way that people will understand. Republicans are very good at doing that, right?
Sloganeering.
You're very good at slogans where dumb people can understand what they're saying, whether it benefits them or not. They understand what they're saying.
Never does.
Democrats, that's one. Like, Obama was a great president, but that nigga he wasn't really good at like using words that everybody understood. He was like, bring it down a little bit so we can all understand that shit. He's an uppity nigga, right? He was. Like,
I didn't go to Jack and Jill, nigga. I didn't go to Jack and Jill. Get the fuck out of here.
So
Yeah, and you have to learn. I feel like he learned to do it better in his like second term, but that first term he was like.
I'm like,
I mean, they called him professorial for a reason. It was like
he's a fucking professor. Like,
he kind of did. Like, that's how we talk. Right?
Come
Like,
on, man. He went to Harvard. Like, so yeah, like I know we were talking about Juelz, but like sometimes you have to, like, you can be smart. You have to know how to read, like we're saying, please read. But at the same time, if you're someone that is incredibly intelligent and there's someone that's trying to learn how to read, or like if you're trying to get your message across, don't talk down to people. I do that because, like, I hate white people at times. I'm arguing with white people a lot. and like they're really dumb. A lot of those people are really stupid, and like at this point, I'm like radicalized. I would be a Black Panther at this point if I was in the 60s. I would, because I like.
I get it.
They're getting on my fucking nerves. You know? They're really pissing me the fuck off. So I talk down a lot. But like when I'm talking to people that don't really do a lot of reading, like I can do that. Like I can talk to anybody. And if I don't know what the fuck something means, like what word? It was like a couple months ago. I didn't know what the hell verisimilitude meant, and you said that shit on an episode of the Nerdpocalypse. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I didn't know what it meant, but I asked the question, right, and I got the answer. Yeah, because I just didn't know.
Because Mike is
like you uppity ass nigga. So,
me and my bad wife, we living in this rich ass county. I know what I am.
But yeah, sometimes like we have to like don't listen to this nigga. Learn how to read. Like please don't just any kid is listening. Please learn how to read. Please.
right.
Like you had to learn how to read to like download this fucking podcast or whatever. You didn't.
I yelled it into. I just yelled my phone and it just downloaded.
I can't believe he said that dumb shit. And also, if you're a smart person, please just dumb shit down for people, please. Don't.
Yeah, like
be up with
dumb
it
something
really makes
down and help bring people up too. I don't
exactly.
I actually don't. I don't like the idea of always coming down. I think you can like if you don't know something. By the way, ask. Like this is a good idea.
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just do not know how to ask. Most people don't know how to admit that they don't know something, which is fucking obnoxious. I hate it.
Yeah. Well, it's just they get embarrassed, so it makes sense.
I wouldn't call it dumbing down. I would call it translating. Right? You got to translate this concept to somebody who doesn't understand. Like when I have to explain something technical for my job to people who do not like. Who are not subject matter experts, I use analogies because like it's like, so say, for example, let's do this, right? And that like you use examples to try and translate to people so that they can kind of get concepts. And it really like this conversation and going through, watching my son learn how to read, like it makes you appreciate teachers because
teachers should be getting 6 figures, nigga.
Like, because I'm trying to do homework with my kid who's really into reading, but is not good in math. Right? I'm the opposite. I'm a math, and I'm just now getting back into actual reading for pleasure. And when I'm trying to teach him math, it's like, nigga, you don't know? Like, how do you not know this? Like, what? Like 6 times 8 is 48. It rhymes, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is all this fucking like?
Why didn't you just play that episode of the Cosby Show? 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Let's do that. It's easy.
But yeah, like, but seeing him learn how to read and seeing him, take the concept of this is a letter, this is what it sounds like. This is another letter, this is what that letter sounds like. Put those two together and then you blend the sounds together. And then that's how you get like it's like, damn, like it's inspiring. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but like to see the human brain processing information, taking information, processing it, and executing it. It just, I don't know, man. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's really funny. Terrence, you brought up Chris Hayes earlier. He had tweeted. This is years and years ago, where he was like, I guess his kid was like about 5 or 6 years old, his son, and he was like watching. He's like in between all of these tweets about politics and shit. He goes, watching my son learn to read is one of the most magical things I've ever seen. And like, and I remember reading that and I was like, oh, it's really adorable. And like now, cause Micah and I kids are roughly the same age. And it is, like we have a globe at the house and my daughter was like, she got the globe and she's just like, she was spinning it around. She was like, Oceania. And I was like, that is correct. Like, what the fuck?
My son was like
super
hey,
wild,
Daddy.
dude. It's wild.
Hey,
man. Wild.
hey, Daddy, here's Papua New Guinea. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck Papua New Guinea is.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and it's
Like,
but
so,
they just
like, even like what he said, like as a parent. I mean, unfortunately, some parents don't know how to read themselves. But like as a parent,
I mean, in
shit
fairness,
like that.
we don't know. He may not know how to read, very well, if at all. Like,
that's true.
we didn't.
But again,
we,
he's a
yeah.
I don't know how he was writing his rhymes. He should know how to rhyme. But anyway, like as a
He
parent,
just drew like little
I
pictures,
feel like
cat. Oh,
little fucking
titties,
rectangles with dollar signs on them. Oh, money. All right, nigga.
Money, like
Fucking dumbass.
you were being assholes.
But like those two examples that you gave, like as parents, like why would you deprive yourself of that? Just not teach if you know how to read as a parent. I'm saying that, and all of a sudden, like my kid don't need to know how to read; he just need to know how to count money.
So why? Yeah, that's
call
why.
CPS. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what the hell are we doing?
Right.
Like that's insane to say. That's insane to say some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
also,
don't.
you need to learn how to start a business at 12, but you don't need to know how to read. All right. Just so
Like reading, they don't say that reading is fundamental just because it looked cool on as a slogan. They say that because it allows you by the way, once you can read, your ability to think about things changes. Right? Like you start to pick up on like it unlocks more than just looking at letters on a page or on a screen and being able to put them together. It is a fundamental to how your brain develops, right? So when you don't have those things, those are just dark spots that don't exist in your mind. So it's hard to build on that with complex ideas. It's like you learn addition first for a reason. There's a reason they don't just jump to long division in fucking first grade. You build on that. So reading isn't just going, Chris Hayes was writing a book that says, that's not the only part that it gives you. Like, have you seen this woman who is suing, I forget which college, because she wrote a paper, she was supposed to write a paper, and she basically cited the Bible, and they were like, the Bible is not a fucking source. Like, that's ridiculous.
yeah,
and
I saw that.
yeah, so like she wrote this paper, and parts of the paper have been put online. She writes like she's in college. She writes like a person who just learned to read 6 weeks ago, because she doesn't clearly read well. She doesn't write well, and if you don't write well, it's hard to write college level papers well. That's why you need reading. What the fuck? Is your kid only going to do like rapping or like sports? It's a pretty limiting way to look at your own kid. It's a pretty limited way to look at black children in general, or all children in general. How are you going to have more black astronauts if they can't read a fucking manual? Right? How the fuck are you going to have more black doctors if they can't read?
Jay.
That's why he said start businesses.
Right.
Yeah.
Doctor is not a business.
That's not you can't become an entrepreneur reading.
That's true. That's true. I mean, you can start a can you start a hospital?
Apparently, that's what
You can start a hospital because that's a bit like a for-profit hospital, but you don't know how to, you don't have to know how to read.
Hospital, books. Nigga. Like, fuck me again.
It's insane. It's insane to say shit like that.
It's like, yo, we gotta teach our kids how to be entrepreneurs. Spell that, nigga. I can't even spell that shit on the top of my fucking head. Like,
spell restaurant, nigga.
Like, you know, it's like restaurant.
Stop stalling.
Nigga.
I pronounce a restaurant now because you pointed it out. Oh shit, I fucked it up. So now I have to spell it restaurant. I have to say it restaurant.
See?
Oh my god.
That's how bad it's got.
But you had to spell it.
There you go. But yeah, don't push anti-intellectualism at all, but certainly not push that on young people. And even more important than that, please don't push that on black young kids. That's a terrible, terrible choice. What is more important, reading or math? The answer is both are important. Please learn them both. and don't be a dingus, yo. Like this is a very, very bad take. And I'm not.
And once you learn how to read, you can start the alphabet positivity series. Ain't that right, Jay?
Good night, everybody.
Positivity.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Look, here's what I will say. I will say this about what was the name of their podcast that they were doing?
No funny shit.
No funny shit. Look, the price of microphones is way too low. Okay, like the barrier of entry is way too low. That means never mind. See, that was
LOW.
They would be angry if they could breathe.
Oh shit!
But the barrier of entry is way too low. And look, sometimes you don't need to have podcast mics so that you don't have to sit next to a person, even virtually, like Micah, who's a real piece of shit. Like you just don't have to do it. Look, Nick, I'm gonna see you in a couple of months, so I'm gonna remember that shit. Anyway, all right, that is it for us. We will be back next week for episode 291 on becoming a guinea fowl. Again, you can watch that on HBO Max, and we will see you guys next time.
See you.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.